It's Thursday. It's 8 o'clock, and Adrian's pissed. It's the big detective show. Good evening, Adrian. How are you?
Sorry, I've caught me breath.
Oh! Hold on a minute. I forgot one of the videos. Sorry, I'll be back in a sec.
It's your birthday today, Adrian. It's your birthday today, Adrian.
Rock and roll and celebrate.
Celebrate, we will.
Lose control and you cut the cake.
Cut that
The
cake.
night is yours. Destiny awaits.
Oh, wait with
so
me.
share toast with your closest mates.
It's your birthday today, Adrian. It's your birthday today, Adrian. Grab your goodie bags. Open your gifts. Blow out your candles. Adrian!
Dave, thank you very much. It was on
I know
Tuesday.
I know it's not today, but it's
No,
today.
I love that video. I honestly, mate, I love that video. It sums up my life. Clowns and cats and dogs. No, it was Tuesday, as we say in Essex. And I'm still enjoying it very much at the moment. So apologies for anyone watching tonight. I've just come back from a brewery tour. I can't see that. Oh, do you know what? I might turn that green screen off. But yeah, I've had a lovely week. It's the big 5-0, so I'm half a century old boy. And yeah, I've had really, my family have been very kind to me. So yeah, very good. And
well,
you know
people only realise because your daughter wished you happy birthday on Facebook.
Yeah, because you know I'm not a lover of the Book of Faces for many reasons. And as soon as she posted it, I got lots of messages. So thank you, all those who messaged me. Very, very nice. But you know what? One of my birthday presents is not only have I got sealskin socks, which was recommended to me from
Graham Dempsey
and someone else, I think, which are the best socks for metal detecting.
Sealskin.
Well, I don't know if they got. Well, they're very strange, but they're really good socks. Google them. Sealskin socks.
Were they made by the I forgot what it's called. Seal Club Clubbing Club.
Oh, that was I love seal clubbing. There was a song on that. But I've got a weekend away at I forgot my Sutton Hoo. Yeah, and a nice hotel. So really good. So yeah, so I'm apologies if I'm a little bit intoxicated because I have been a brewery, like I said, and there's a keg of beer over there which they gave me, and all good. So how are you, David? Anyway,
I'm all right. I've been stupid busy
with work.
Very busy indeed. No, yes, with work, but
yeah.
organised the first ever big detecting show rally.
Oh,
and sadly, look at the nice daffodils. Tell it's spring. Goes with that lamb on you that was singing to you on your birthday video.
The banner.
It's look at that. It's the first big detecting show rally, which sold out. Well, not sold out, booked out in a matter of 16 hours.
Wow.
And I'm right. I'll tell you why it's happened, shall I? Let's be honest. Right, Shane, my friend, does a hell of a lot for me. He's got me out, and it's helped me both medically, physically, mentally, etc., etc. I can't thank him enough. He's recently had a horde with one of his friends on one of the sites that they do, Roman Horde, and there's a lot of work still to be done on that site, as you could well imagine. He's done all the research, he's found all the information. He thinks he knows where to look, and he thinks there's going to be a lot more to add to this particular Roman Horde. He's reported it to the finds liaison officer, and somehow somebody has got wind of the location and decided, oh, I know, let's go and give the landowner £300 and we'll dig his site every time. So Shane was absolutely distraught. So I said, well, we'll counteract it, mate. We'll put our own dig on and we'll just give the landowner all the money. And then hopefully it'll save it for Shane to be able to go on in the future. So we're putting a dig on basically to counteract a dig organising group jumping on his land and taking his hoard. And I know it's not his hoard, but you know how we metal detectors think. I feel it's only fair that he and Steve have the opportunity to go and continue working on that particular field to try and find whatever's left.
Sadly, it happens to all of us, things like that.
So that will take place in Staffordshire, near to Blythe Bridge, on Sunday, the 24th of April. Two fields that are, what's it called? Ploughed. That's the word. Duh. And it's very exciting. I know Shane's been over. The field's massive. One of the fields is massive. Absolutely, nobody will ever get over it. It'll have to be done by groups. And I know in one particular area, he found a medieval coin die.
Yeah, nice find that was.
And on that site was where I found my first Roman coin as well. But the field itself that or the two that fields that are being opened haven't been done. And it was advertised, as I say, on the Big Detecting Show and on the Staffordshire Searcher group. We're fully booked, but we are opening a reserve list because just in case we do get more land than we think we are getting, which we'll find out on Tuesday. So there you go.
Very good. Very exciting, Dave.
Aye.
I know if you look at Shane's finds over the last few months, it's good stuff that comes up on there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And even more now, he's got the Knox 800.
Yes, indeed.
All these bits, which, talking about the Knox 800, I'd like to say that Keith Ellis received his arm cup for his...
Marvellous.
From last week's competition.
Hope you like that, Keith.
Yeah, and Scotty B hasn't received his control box
tic-tac.
thing. Yeah, because apparently he can't open the door and it has to be signed for. So
it can't open the door because he's too little.
Yeah, so when his mum's home, he'll be, or whoever, they'll be able to open it. But, yeah. Good.
Anyway, we've got Graham Dempsey's coming along. So he'll probably you get to meet Graham Dempsey if you're coming up, and he'll have some, I'm sure, composite cleaning pencil kits. Paul, I think, is coming down from McGrafter. He's coming down with Tony Kaywood. So he'll have some of them for people to actually see in reality. And Marcus and Nigel were coming, but unfortunately now double booked from Regdon's. So Aaron and Seb are coming up from Regdon's. So maybe, just maybe, there may be a day or two in the field. Anyway, let's introduce tonight's guest. Now, there's a gentleman I've wanted to speak to for some time, but I didn't know what his name was. And now I know what his name is, and I'm not going to call it him. Good evening, Mr. Grim. How are you?
Good evening, Dave. Just for reference, you actually spelt my name wrong. Lucas, Lukus.
Where? Automatic. I'm sorry, that was automatic.
How'd you spell it?
Lukus.
I should have known that because I'm actually speaking to you in Messenger.
Exactly.
Sorry, my fault.
No worries.
I've done the same with Chris Langston 2 weeks ago. I've spelled Chris Langston's name wrong and I speak to him all the time as well. I gave him an extra E.
Nice picture, though. Looks like I'm going to kill this field. I'm going to hit this field.
Oh, it's not me. It's Adrian who's done it wrong. Have I done it right? No, I don't think I've done it right.
That's all right. I forget my own name sometimes. It's absolutely
sorry, Mr. Grim. Sorry. I should call you Ben, really, shouldn't we?
Ben?
Ben Grimm.
Ben Grimm.
The thing out the Fantastic Four.
I don't want... That's way over my head.
Is that a cartoon?
Some of these kids will get it, and I'm sure there's any kids watching. So anyway, it's nice to meet you finally, Mr. Grim, Lucas. We'll call you Lucas.
Thank you very much. It's nice to be on your show for once. I have seen it a few times. I pop my head in, say hello.
You have indeed, and we've liked having you there. Sorry, Adrian?
You watch it every week, don't you, Grim?
Yes, when I can make it, I have a very busy schedule. I really do. It's a bit to push for time to make any space at the moment, but yeah.
No.
Well, for those who don't know you, who haven't seen your channel before, etc., would you mind delightfully introducing yourself?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We're watching this. I am the Grim Bleeper. I do YouTube, and I suddenly found my way of doing TikToks during lockdown to entertain myself. And that soon blew up a little bit. I don't know how, but I don't know the algorithms of stuff. But yeah, basically, I love metal detecting. It's my passion and my pride and my hobby. And yeah, if I'm have an opportunity to get out digging, I'm out digging. Drop of a hat. I literally live on a beach as well. I mean, I could come out the front door and you'll see the sea.
Wow.
But I don't like beach detecting that much. It's funny enough. I love it inland. I've had more gold finds actually on the fields than I have inland, which on the sea, which I think is crazy. I only had one bit of gold on the beaches.
Wow.
But inland, I've had lots of gold on the inland. But yeah,
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? Because there is naturally, in theory, more gold on the beach because of
Yeah,
people putting their sun cream on and stuff like that.
yeah,
But finding it in the field, it's luck, isn't it? You've been lucky and
yeah.
finding it. I mean, how long have you been detecting, Grim?
Oh,
I'll
too
call you
long.
Grim because I think
You
that
call me Grim,
sounds
it's fine by me. Yeah, about
yeah.
9 years, I think.
9 years.
Yeah,
And the first machine you got?
it's embarrassing. It's a little cheap thing from Maplin's.
Got to start somewhere.
Yeah, it's a little cheap thing I got from Maplin's. And the reason I started metal detecting, I was actually walking my dog down a local beach, down the Warren, where there's actually a Roman villa that's fallen into the sea. But I didn't even know
Wow.
this at one point, and I was just walking on the beach and I found a gold coin on the surface.
No way.
No metal detector. Walking my dog. My footprints were the first ones on the beach that morning, and something glinted. I went, "What's that?" Put it down, picked it up. It was a gold coin, completely eroded by the sand. It was just a gold disc. But I even went to London and get it checked out by some coin dealer in London. I even got the train up there. So, what is this coin? And they couldn't identify it because it had no markings on it. They said it's definitely gold. It's definitely a coin. And ever since then, I thought it was that easy to find a gold coin. I'm going to buy a metal detector. So that's when I took my sorry butt to Maplin's and thought, right, where's the metal detector?
It's true though, isn't it? Maplin's did really well advertising metal detectors.
They did indeed, yeah.
Yeah, and I think probably, sadly, we've got to thank them for a lot in the hobby because a lot of people brought the cheap detectors and then realised that okay, they can't discriminate between a horseshoe or a hammered, so I'll go and look for something better. And it's true though. It's got a lot of people in the hobby.
Yeah, got me hooked anyway.
Yeah. So this gold disc, have you still got it or?
Yeah, of course. It's one of my pride and joys. There's nothing on it. It's actually locked away in my cupboard, in this cupboard here. But I've got so many boxes of all my finds in that cupboard. It's a bit of a joke. I think I should really start sorting them out. Even collecting every single button I find. I've got a box, 9 years worth of digging buttons. Can you just imagine? Like,
I'm just hoping that. No, I'm not hoping, but when I get to probably 80 or I don't know 52 or whenever, and the doctor says you can't use your legs anymore, Adrian, you just can't use your legs. I'll just have loads of boxes, and I'll open them up and go through all my finds. A bit like Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah, there's something you would have forgotten you found, and you come back to it.
Yeah.
But I bet you everything that you look at then when you're 52 and you open all them boxes, you'll be able to remember every single place where you found exactly them buttons.
That is absolutely crazy. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. 99% of the finds that are in there, I can tell you, I can pinpoint exactly where it was on the field, what the weather was like, what machine I was using. It's just.
I can even know what I had for lunch a lot of the time, which is normally
what like today?
Today, I know what I had today, but I can tell you what I.
What about yesterday?
No, I couldn't tell you actually. I know, but you're true. I don't know what it is. It like injects. Oh, I found this, and then suddenly everything rushes through your head. The weather. It's true. It's true. Yeah. They bring a bit of memory into you.
Rob Random's made a comment there, and he's so right there. Maplin's made a lot of DJs too.
Yes,
with smoke machines. Yeah, they did. They make Maplin made. So
I just like to buy stuff from there.
I loved Maplins. I used to look at gadgets. Yeah, I used to love the gadgets in there. So you had your Maplin machine, and then you sort of thought, oh, I need to get something that really can work. So what did you get after that?
Bit embarrassing now. I had a MindLab 44. Go find 44.
You say that a lot of people, when they start in the hobby, look at them, and to be fair, they're compact, lightweight, cheap. You got the app; they tick all the boxes. Apart from
MindLab
got a lot of people started in the hobby.
It didn't last very long though. The machine literally fell apart in my hands. I'm quite a big guy with big hands and quite what's the words. Bit ogreish, really. So I need something a bit more sturdy to actually put up with me. But yeah. That didn't even last a year, I don't think, till I got my oven machine after that.
What'd you get after that?
Racer 2. I think it was just called Nocta back then, or was it Macro? No,
Yeah,
Macro Racer 2.
Yeah, Macro. Yeah, Macro before they merged.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how long did you have that for?
Oh, that did me quite well. Till again, me and my ogreish ways destroyed that machine as well. But I had that easily about a year and a half, I think.
Have you still got it?
No. Actually, no, I've still got the control box.
Oh, right.
I've still got the control box. The other parts of it have been, shall we say, salvaged into other things.
Cannibalized.
Yeah, that's the one. Cannibalized into other projects. But the control box, I had to epoxy resin back together again. It came apart from the shaft, and actually I epoxy resin it back in. I used it for a few months.
Shaft.
Oh,
We like to get a bit of shafting in the show. So, yeah. 5 points for that. Yeah. And what made you go for Nocta, out of interest?
I don't know. I think it was just around that price range. And I watched a couple of videos on it. And this is before my YouTube days. All of this is way before my YouTube days. But I don't know. There was just something about it. It just looked at me. Actually, that looks all right. Easy to use, lightweight. I was like, I just like the look of it. I put my money where my mouth was. It did me all right. It found me my first quarter stator. So,
whoa.
Yeah, I found in my years of detecting 5 Celtic gold coins.
Wow.
Nice.
I'm still on 0.
I've only ever found 2 silver Roman. No, that's a lie. 3 silver, 3 or 4 now. Actually, I found one recently. 3 or 4 actually. But I know I found more gold Celtic than I have silver Roman, which it really blows me.
Yeah, that is good. That is good. That is really good. And that is that all with Nocta macro machines?
Nope. No.
So what happened next then? What's after the Racer?
When the Racer died, I upgraded to the Cruiser, multi-cruiser. Again, Nocta macro. Or no, it's still macro multi-cruiser. It's still macro then, wouldn't it? Or was it Nocta macro, the Cruiser? Oh, testing.
Hang on. Nocta. No, macro. Yeah, I think
it was just macro, wasn't it? Macro multi-cruiser. Yeah. And then I jumped onto the Amphibio. No, I don't go for the Amphibio. The Amphibio is and still is one of my favourite machines of all time. I just loved it. It was. I just
use it more on the beach or both? Or
no, mainly on the fields. I very rarely actually get out to the beach, considering I live so close. It's just no. It was mainly out in the fields, and it's mainly on pasture as well, where I spend most of my time. But I do have other fields as well. But yeah, I do have quite a bit of. I couldn't do my land in 17 lifetimes. I've got about 4 farms. I'm sole detectorist on about 3 of them. It's just.
It's funny you say that. Me and my mate are the same. Who I detect with. We've got a lifetime's worth of detecting. We're very fortunate. All the fields. We probably go over each one probably 20-30%, and each year it brings up more and more finds. So I'm very fortunate, like you've got all these permissions, and it will last till I die. I know it will, and it keeps bringing up stuff.
Don't get me wrong. I think I'm a bit greedy. I'm still looking for new land. Anybody has new land, I'm straight on it. It's like, really? Because you never know. Like, I found a gold ring yesterday, my first gold of the year, Georgian gold ring.
Yeah.
That field I found it on, I've been on it about twice this year. I found nothing but sort of Georgian coins, grotty sort of Georgian pennies. I'm almost sort of dismissing this field because the signals are very few and far between. I'm getting a lot of 303s and a lot of mortar fins and a lot of shotgun ends. But out of nowhere, bang, a little gold ring pops up. And I was just like, I'm not done with that field yet.
It's true. They just keep giving those fields. There's a permission I've got with my mate. We detect them. Been there for like 2 or 3 years, and each time it gets ploughed, it's bringing up different stuff. And I test machines for Treasure Hunting magazine. Found a blinking gold noble last year, and,
wow.
and it was only like 3 or 4 inches down. And whilst my mate, it was with the Deep Tech Fister X, which is all knobs and buttons, a bit C-scopy. And whilst my mate's sitting there with his, I won't say what brand it is, on YouTube trying to find the right settings for the ground, I went, James, I think I've got gold. And there it was, gold noble. And that field, that bit, we walk, like you walk from the car, shouldn't do it. You walk from the car to the field and you walk the same route. But then I suppose people did years ago. And then suddenly, bang, 4 inches down, it's this gold noble. I was like, whoa, effing hell. Yeah, sorry, what time is it? Oh,
you said that. You said that thing you didn't say, fuck. You're all right.
No, I didn't. But yeah, you're right. It's the whole excitement of this hobby, isn't it? You just go out, you have a good day, you have a bad day, but you're out, fresh air, enjoying yourself. I mean, what do you do, Lucas? What do you do as a daytime job? Because
funny enough, work on farms.
Yeah. What, farm machinery or actual farm?
Just farm hand. Whenever they need me, call me up. It's just pays of Wales.
Do you not, like when you're working, look at the field and go, oh,
all the time?
Interesting.
Do you know what I was working
on?
I was working on one farm. It's right at the end of a Roman road near me. I say farm, it's actually an estate with farmland attached to it. And I've been looking at this land for many years. Helping the guy out, and I didn't work. What's the chances of me getting on this field? He goes, sorry, mate, I can't even get you on here. I was like, oh, God. He goes, I get people asking me daily. And I can understand why, because it's a very prominent Roman road and it's right at the end. And it's quite a big estate. And I was wow. It's funny that my last gold quarter stater I found, it's me and Chris, Addicted Bleeps, hold a permission together. We both detect the same land. And me and him had been over this field many, many times over many years. Getting the odd little bit of Roman here, the odd bit of Roman there. But we actually filmed a bit of video and we both scanned this bit of ground about 2 years before. It's been ploughed twice, and I went back over there with my other friend, Dave, aka Solar Searcher, and bam, little gold quarter stater. But how the hell is this here? I have hammered this bit of corner to death. How the hell have I missed this? It's just, it was an iffy signal though, I'll give it that. It was an iffy signal, but it's one of those days where, oh, do you know what? I'm going to give that a dig. And it just popped out. It was gold, what was it? Boat type quarter stater, but yeah.
Oh, lovely. Oh, very nice. Oh.
Rob Random says that his other job is he hires his beard to farmers and Vikings.
Oh, don't! It's getting a bit out of hand at the moment.
And also in the chat, somebody I've never seen here before with the coolest name ever to watch us, and I hope he pronounces correctly. Jimmy Beruba Levesque.
Jimmy Beruba Levesque.
That is the best name ever. There he goes, bottom of the screen. Jimmy Beruba Levesque. Hi, Jimmy. Thanks for joining us. Best name ever.
Sounds like a Bond villain.
Ooh.
Sounds like a white wine. Doesn't it? How did you meet Chris Rogers, Addicted to Bleeps? Was it
He's a local lad. He literally lives down the road from me, and I've bumped into him a few times.
Because I saw you were on one of his videos the other week. I chat with Chris now and again. He's a lovely guy, very down to earth, which sometimes annoys a lot of people. But he's truthful and honest in what he says. But he's a very interesting guy, and I think there's more to his channel than metal detecting. There's those who subscribe see it. I mean, for me, he's like a big schoolboy. You know when you find someone who, I remember as a kid, we used to walk down this alley. It used to be called Lovers Lane, and we saw a bomb shelter, and not an Anderson shelter, a proper concrete shelter down this alley. And me and my mate said, "Oh, should we go in there?" It's like we've seen someone's garden. They won't mind. You're like 11 or 12. We went in there and we found bunk beds, and it was all from the Second World War. And we actually went over the top and started painting it and like putting comics in there and stuff. But Chris is like that. He's got such a passion for discovering stuff, isn't he?
It's funny, if you watch Chris on his YouTube channels and you see him in real life, identical. There is no sort of front bit on. He's exactly like he is on YouTube as he is in real life.
Yeah,
It's
a
just-
lovely guy.
Yeah.
A lovely guy. Yeah.
He is just genuine, down to earth. Yeah, I haven't got a bad word to say about him. He's actually helped me out a few times. So
I think
Yeah,
the same applies to you as well, because you come across like you do on your YouTube channels, and I think that's what people like. They like someone who's just genuine and doesn't have loads of animated gifs with someone digging a hole and Comic Sans font.
there is
and all
also,
that.
especially on YouTube, there is a whole lot of over editing a video. I mean, considering what we do, we go out, we try and find treasure. It does get a bit mundane, a bit repetitive after a while, but I think it comes across with my enthusiasm because I do actually love it. I can't wait. I'm buzzing. If I'm going digging like tomorrow, I'm not going. Actually, I might take my son out tomorrow. Saying that, I've got my kids. You see, it's Easter holidays, so yeah, I might take him out digging tomorrow.
How old are your kids?
I've got a son who's 5 and a daughter who's 12.
That's interesting, because I've got a daughter who's 8. No, she's not. She's 21. And a son who's 18. My son is just interested in beer and girls, but my daughter has sort of she's started. I've got the Ruta Satrex a few months ago, last year, and it's got 2 modes, beginner and pro. And she started playing with the beginner mode, and she's been out with me. And it's really weird because all these years they mock you and take the mickey out of you, even though you come home with gold or silver, and then they start saying, "Oh, how old's that, Dad?" It's like, "Oh, nearly 2,000 years old." And as they get older, they get more interested. And I think having kids is really, really enjoyable, because my wife, bless her, she must. Oh God, I don't know how she deals with me. Because you come home covered in mud a lot of the time, and then you get all your crap out, you get your kitchen roll out. We've all been there. You get hot water under the sink or whatever type of water you use to clean your finds. And then you spend another hour or two looking through Spinks or finds identified.
Oh yeah, I've got my
Then
library up
you
there.
post on Instagram or whatever. Then you look at the comments. It's like, it doesn't stop when you come home, does it? It just keeps going. And that makes me wonder what got you into YouTube, because that is hard work, I personally think. Anyway, what made you suddenly think, I'm going to put it on there?
My YouTube channel was actually originally for my dog. Just funny little videos I used to put up for my dog. And actually, if you ever look at my statistics of how old my YouTube channel is, it's like almost like 18, 19 years old since YouTube's been around, pretty much. But yeah, I wanted a way to record what I was finding in my own sort of diary. And in my very first YouTube videos, you never even saw my face. It was just my hands. And then I thought, I'll show my face, but I used to wear a mask. And I think it was Detector World Holland. Well, it must have been 2018, I think it was. I was out there with another couple of YouTubers, and I did a live without my mask on one of their channels. So ever since then, I thought, do you know what? I was getting my face out there. But it's a lot harder than people think. People think, oh, it's a 20-minute video of someone metal detecting. That's going to take him, half a day? That's a whole day out digging, finding nothing but rubbish, coming back, sitting down for 2 hours, trying to edit a video and upload it. It's just, it can be very, especially sometimes when I go out like a whole week trying to put out a video every day. At the end of it, I'm absolutely drained because I feel like I've done nothing but, focusing on my YouTube channel. But I don't know. It's hard work. I don't get much reward from it. But at the end of the day, it's not. I'm doing it for myself to look back in 20 years' time and go, oh, yeah, look at that. and you know, I can see where I was and what I found, and it's like almost like a diary for me.
It's funny you should say that because TikTok, which you're on, which is it seems people love metal detecting on TikTok. I don't know why, but the likes and follows is huge on there. But there was a guy on TikTok. I went on it about a year ago, and I thought, what the hell's all this about? Because I don't know why. It's probably me being an old man. But as soon as I signed up, I just kept getting loads of girls in bikinis, which I definitely don't want to look at. But my daughter sorted it out and filtered it, and I get detecting videos now. But there's a guy on there who actually a TikTok channel, and he puts stuff. I'm videoing myself now because my family have spent no time filming or videoing me. As a dad, you film and video and take photos of everything. But as a dad, no one ever does it of you. So he's done it for when he dies. And I thought, yeah, that's me.
Well, that's another thing. My kids can look at if I do kick the bucket, they can look back at my videos.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's
one of them.
And they'll say, "Oh, do you know what? I'm going to give that amp video a try. I'm going to go on eBay and get one and be
20
like
quid
me."
back. It'd be like for 20 quid.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's like a diary of your life. It's history, isn't it?
Yeah.
So really. What made you come up with the name Grim Bleeper?
That is an interesting one. Before I started doing YouTube, I needed a name, but this is even before I was even contemplating doing it on YouTube. But I was coming back, the sun was setting behind me. I had my hood up like that, and I had my metal detector over my shoulder, and the sun was casting a shadow, and it looked like I had a scythe. And I was like, "Oh my god, I look like the bloody Grim Reaper." And then my machine was on, and it went beep. I went, Grim Bleeper. It's just like, and it literally just an epiphany of that. My machine made a noise, and I looked like the Grim Reaper, and I thought Grim Bleeper, and it stuck. So yeah,
it's weird, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah.
How everyone has names. Do you think?
Yeah, I haven't got. I'm just big fat Dave.
No,
really.
I haven't got one. Just Adrian, really. Well, I'm not on YouTube. I haven't got time for that. I admire the people who post stuff, or some of them. And
I'm just too shit at doing it, so I don't bother.
Oh, we get a lot of stick as well. The amount of hate comments and stuff I get, mainly on TikTok, not so much on YouTube. YouTube community are generally quite good. You get the odd one or two. It's one of the reasons I actually thumbnail all my videos real metal detecting, because I have seen many videos of people which are blatantly planting stuff, and it kind of gives the impression of, right, we're all going to go out and find treasure troves. Metal detecting is not like that. If you're a true metal detectorist, you know what it's like going out, and you can come back to days and nothing but junk. So I try and post as many videos as I can, trying to keep it as upbeat as possible of those horrible days of finding nothing but junk. But everything I find is true to me finding it that day, metal detecting.
Yeah,
and
it's
even
true.
It's just like, for instance, I found a Roman fibula lying in a rock pool down the beach on my TikTok. I was actually took the kids
close to where your other come from.
In perspective, I'm going to say about 40 meters apart.
Wow.
From where the gold coin was found.
Wow.
Sorry for interrupting. I just thought that'd be interesting.
40 meters and about 8 years difference, but yeah. 8-9 years difference. But I found it on the beach. I was taking the kids out fossil hunting because it's also a really hot spot for the fossils washing up on the beach. And I thought, bit of skint, Dad. It's a bit of a holiday. What am I going to do? I was taking out the beach fossil hunting. Doesn't cost a penny. Bit of time. I always scan because the thing about metal detecting, you get an eye for certain objects. So something caught my eye in this rock pool. It was a fibula with pin and spring still included, lying on the rock pool. Because it was in salt water and the rock pool, people are like, that hasn't been in there for 2,000 years. Oh no, you're right, it hasn't. It's probably been in the clay cliff from the villa, washed in through the storm. But yeah, that's my best ever fibula find ever, and it was just eyeballing on the beach. That's just crazy.
I admire for that, because that's where I'd struggle, because if someone started posting comments like you lying bee starred and you make, I'd do one. I struggle with Facebook.
I'll grab it for you now so you can actually see the condition of this. It's been on the beach. Just up there.
Dave,
what's that?
Say he's making it up. Say he's making it up.
Okay, mate. I reckon he's making it up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's one I found recently out in the field. That's what I usually get them like.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
Where's it? There you go.
There you are.
And that's what I usually get them like. You still see the spring a bit focusing. So that's what they usually come out like. And this is what this one found on the beach.
Good Lord, look at that.
It's like a garden clothes peg.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's just...
No way you found that on the beach. No way.
Just found it on the beach.
That's true, though, isn't it? It's just, I don't know. I suppose you have to ignore those people, don't you? But
yeah, some of them make me laugh, but it's just
I
one of
find
them.
What's your favourite social media platform? Because you're not on Instagram, are you? No. But
I have an Instagram page, but that's mainly for my own personal stuff. I do put some metal detecting stuff on there, but it's mainly my own personal.
So Facebook and YouTube.
I don't really use Facebook that much at the moment either. It's mainly YouTube or TikTok, and the favourite is YouTube. It's where I started, so it's always going to be my favourite. Although I'm not doing as well on YouTube as I am on TikTok, it's still one of my favourite sort of platforms to go to, I suppose.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
She digs it. Happy swinging, says Grim. I've been watching you through your highs and lows.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've had quite a few highs and quite a few lows. But as in life, it's what you get, isn't it? So
yeah,
you never
it's
know.
true. It's
Just while we're mentioning, I've not obviously seen She Digs Happy Swinging in the chat room before. If there's anybody watching the show tonight, I've mentioned a few of you already who haven't before watched or anything like that. If you feel like coming on as a guest, I'm sure Lucas will tell you how easy it is. He's been on here for 45 minutes now. I've been trying to communicate with him for a while, but didn't actually know his real name. So I don't know people's real names outside of YouTube. So if you fancy coming on the show, give myself or Adrian a shout via thebigdetectiveshow.com. There's a contact button on there. And it'd be great to have anybody come on, really, isn't it, Adrian?
Yeah. Yep. And apologies again that I've just come from a brewery tour. So
have you? Well, you haven't said.
No, but I do apologise.
The fact that you're sitting drinking beer is not making it any worse at all.
I'll show you something. Hang on.
Oh, God, no, he's drunk.
Oh, no, what's he getting?
He's getting his dicky out. Oh, no.
Is that keg?
No, I'm not. I'm not getting me winky out. Look at that.
It's got that southern hard water in there, hasn't it? Southern soft water.
No, it's not. It's not. I've spoken to them all about beer tonight, heavily, but it was really good. Really good. It's nice because I don't know. Do you what? Well, this could be on Spin the Coil, but Lucas, what do you take out with you when you go detecting for drinks and lunch?
Honestly, very rarely take anything, and I'm out for 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours. I barely even take water. It was a hot day.
That's why he's like that.
When it's a hot day, I'll take some water, but otherwise, I'll just keep going and keep going. I very rarely even stop for breaks. I'm just constantly on the go.
I've got my mates like that who I detect with. He's got a problem, I think, mentally. James in the chat, he's like on it full, and I would. I'm type 1 diabetic. I was diagnosed a few years ago, so I have to keep an eye on my sugar levels. So a can of beer now and again, or something keeps me going. But yeah, it's interesting because I don't know what it's a bit like. You know, when you go to the pub after work when you're younger, someone says, "Oh, you come for a quick pint?" You go, "Yeah," and then the next thing you know, it's 11 o'clock.
10 pints down.
Yeah, and well, detecting's a bit different, but I hate looking at the time when I'm detecting. Absolutely detest it. I just want to go out there and enjoy myself, and it always goes really, really quickly. You get the odd day when it goes slow, like Dave, when you fall in streams and stuff like that. And
See, I usually use battery length as a time for me because the stuff's on charge now, and it's always fully charged when I first go out. And if the battery goes down halfway, I know, I've got about halfway through the day, or not even halfway through the day. I know I'm coming towards the end of the day. As soon as it hits that halfway mark, it's kind of like, it must have been out about 6 hours.
My right arm is commonly if I start switching over to my left arm, I know.
I can't swing with my left arm. That's just weird.
Really?
That's my left, by the way. Yeah, I can't swing with my left arm. I can only swing with my right arm.
Mine's gauged by tramadol.
I do have them in the glove box when it gets too bad. My back is that bad. I should have had my spine fused about 3 years ago. And I refused to have it done because they said, what's the chance I could be paralysed in the legs? And they said it was something like 10% chance. I said, I'd rather deal with the pain than having that 10% chance I could be paralysed on the waist down. I'm good, thanks. So
then we take tramadol midday, gives us wings, fly through the rest of the day.
Well, I don't even take painkillers. I haven't taken painkillers in a long time, and I was even teetotaled for 7 years. Didn't touch a drop.
Wow, that's my worst nightmare. Being told your legs are gonna.
I thought you were going to say you have to be teetotal.
No, that as well. Yeah, that as well. But no, it's I've had a few dreams where I'm like metal detecting in a wheelchair and I can't get over the plough. I don't know. I don't know. There's people out there who've been detecting longer than us, and when the day comes when you're told, or when you can't detect, it must be awful, absolutely awful. I dread to think of when I'm told.
Cheers,
that.
Andrew Simmons. Just reading the comment then.
I'll pop one up occasionally when I see one.
No worries.
Grim, your YouTube channel, just so it's Grim Bleeper, isn't it? How often do you post videos? I'm on your channel, but I'm just asking.
I can. It depends on what I've got on in my normal life. If it's pretty quiet in my normal life, I'll be posting it every time I go out, pretty much, unless it's a really bad day, or sometimes I forget to film stuff because I'm on the go. I'm like, I forgot to film that. It's all in my pouch, but usually at least twice a week, if not more. It's just...
I'm just on there now. Your last video up yesterday has had 2,500 views already. Mental.
Yeah, I think the same video I put on TikToks. I think it was just before I come on here. I think that was at 6,000.
I'm at 1,000 for one I've had on about 8 months.
The thing is, the algorithm. Sometimes you can post your best ever video, and it'll go. You're like, in other videos you'll be finding like a nice button, and it'll go. Yeep. You're like, what? I can't get it right. But
it's true. The algorithms on YouTube. That's the bit of a pickle, isn't it?
Yeah. The algorithm on TikTok's even worse. It's just the most randomest stuff just snowballs. You're like, how's that got so much? And I've noticed the ones you spend less effort on seem to pick up. The ones you spend more effort on the editing seem to it's just one of them.
It's funny. I've only put a few videos on TikTok just to try it out. And the first one I did, which was just like filming, getting in the car, driving down the road, digging a couple of holes, couple of finds, not edited properly.
Yeah.
Got the most views. Whereas the ones where I had the Deus 2, I was one of the first people to get the Deus 2. I thought, that one will be popular. No, it weren't. I think people are interested in seeing people, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If you see someone, whereas if it's a product or a location, they're not. I don't know. It's weird. There must be some sort of psychological algorithm behind it all.
But saying that, one of my best videos that done really well on YouTube was the honest review on the Nox 800. That's still going reasonably well, even to this very day. And that was about a year and a half ago. And I'm still getting 50 or something views a day on it.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Wow. What machine do you use now?
Nox 800.
Knox 800.
Yeah.
Coil all
Yeah.
right?
Hated it to start with.
The coil hasn't broken.
No, it didn't. It hasn't broken me. I did have the anxiety of the coil lugs breaking. Even now, I'm kind of like, is it going to be today? Is it going to be today? I've had the arm cuff break on me. I've had my own fault. I fell over at one of the detecting events and bent one of the top poles, but that's all been replaced. Other than that, it does all right. I can't complain. It finds me the good stuff. I've learned the machine now inside and out, so I know exactly how to judge the land I'm on. And yeah, I know exactly how to tweak it to get the most of it. I always like my machines to be on the threshold, so there's constant little bit of noise in the ear, so you can hear the background noise. If it's too quiet, I'm like, I'm not getting decent depth or I'm missing small targets. I need that constant little niggly bit in my ear to keep me awake. But yeah.
Like driving a car in fourth. I don't need fourth because I can just get the most out of fourth.
Yeah, just a little. Yeah, that's what I like doing. It's just it's the way my ears. I don't very rarely look at screens, and the amount of times I get people, oh, what number did that ring up? Don't care. I just it sounded good in the ear. I dug it. But
it's funny because I said this on the show numerous times, haven't I, Dave? So many people buy a machine, have it for 6 months, then buy another machine, then buy. Whereas if you get to learn your machine, you don't need to look at the VDI or the display or anything. That just bing or you think, whoa, hey, that's good. And it makes it so enjoyable. It's a bit like when you drive to work and you think, did I jump that red light? You know, when you're on autopilot.
Exactly, you're on autopilot, but you're enjoying like the music playing and you're not even thinking about
driving. Whatever. Yeah. I agree.
Well, in my case, it's 4 o'clock in the morning and I can't actually see.
No, true. But I've got a few favourite machines that I go out with, and I know.
What's your favourite, Adrian? What's your favourite machine? All-time favourite. If you could only use one machine now for the rest of your life, what would it be?
For the rest of my life is quite. I'm quite a technical person, so I like mending things. Yeah.
So it's the Go Find 2020.
Go Find 22. Yeah.
The Maplin Gold Bastard 4. No. What? Right now.
If I said to you, right, you can only have one machine now. You can't buy any new ones that come out. You can't use any other machine. This is the one machine you have got to use for the rest of your life. What would it be?
He's stalling. He's stalling.
I know. Well, batteries worries me. Batteries.
I think I've got the one he's going to say in my head.
No. Well, that one, yes, David. There's 3, and I can't give you one, and I'll tell you for why. Because battery technology is evolving. So let's say, for example, the Simplex, right?
Well, we're not talking about evolving, though. We're talking about now. He said now. No evolution.
If there's a nuclear war, and I've got all of them in front of me, I have to think of the lithium-ion batteries, and I think, all right, Simplex, great machine, really good value for money, but that battery is sealed in that machine.
And you've got to have that time to think about it in a nuclear war.
Well, am I going to have a Phillips or a posi drive screwdriver to take out the battery? Am I going to be able to replace it? The Quest Q30, which I love, that's got a sealed battery. Is it going to last another year, 2 years? I would. You know what I'm going to say, Dave?
Routers.
Yeah. Router sort of 71 for me.
I haven't had the pleasure of taking a Router out for a spin yet.
Come and find us at Detectable, and either him or Tony or Luke will have one.
Yeah, and the only reason I say that is just we've all got different senses in our bodies and ears and stuff. It looks like a NHS crutch. It's found me gold numerous times, and it just gels with me. Like some people gel with a Knox 800 or a Legend or whatever. It's just a machine that works for me. But yeah, I'm old school, so I do love the way metal detectors now, you just recharge it, but those batteries, it's a bit like IKEA, sadly. There's going to be a lot of Noxes at boot sales. Oh yeah, mate, when the battery worked. Oh, how do I change a battery? Oh, you just pop it open and put a bit of mastic round it. But yeah, I think I like the Simplex and the Quest Q30. They're good machines for the money. But the Root Assault 71 it's a bit like a Ford Sierra. So
Reliable.
in its day, and you can work on it. So I know people who've adapted and customized Rootuses. I don't get paid by Rootus at all, and I've just got the Atrex as well, the multi-frequency machine, and I've been using that. But I don't know. It's a bit like shoes, isn't it? Some people like Clark's, some people like Dr. Martens. It's just what fits you. I wouldn't ever say to anyone. Someone says to me, "What's the best metal detector to buy?" Christ, you've got 100 questions to ask, haven't you? They could be in a wheelchair. They could be 6'7". They could be 4'2". They detect on the field. If you did an online questionnaire to detect someone's algorithm for the best metal detector, well, it'd be at least 100 questions. So, and at the end of the day, a lot of it is luck. So,
totally agree with you there. It is luck. You ain't walking over it. You ain't finding it.
No, and you get a lot of people who tweak and tune their machines to the extreme, but if they're in a field with nothing in it, it's not going to help, is it?
It's happened to me a couple of times actually, like gridding the field. And I've been gridding the field tight lines, and I've gone back over my own footprint and found a hammered coin in my own footprint from going one direction.
Yeah,
I've come back the other direction, and in my own footprint, I'm like, how the have I missed that? It's just kind of like,
yeah, it's it's like going down the pubs with. It's not so much nowadays, but when I was younger, it's like, oh, I've got an XR3i. Oh, what have you got? Oh, I've got an RS Turbo. Oh, well, mine's better round bends, and you can go on all night about it. But at the end of the day, it's just what you're happy with and what you can afford. And I think Chris Rogers, in all honesty, he's a lovely guy, and he loves the Quest Q30, and I've got one as well. Well, I haven't because I gave it to his son. But when we got those machines, I went out with it, and we were a bit like, oh God, Chinese, American. It's like an iPhone, same as an iPhone. So it's designed in America, made in China, and I was dreading because the Treasure Hunting magazine, we will not review a bad detector, and basically, well, we will review it, but we won't publish it if it's bad.
yeah,
you just end up. And
I totally agree with that. I won't. If I don't agree with a machine, I won't give it a review. I won't give it.
And
I
have had machines. Sorry, my daughter's currently on all fours because she thinks.
Show us.
I'm going to show you.
Show us, quicker. Oh,
Might get the dog in.
it was
Dog
thing.
Sorry. She's left the dog in. Megan, you've left the dog in here.
Oh, isn't he sweetie? Oh, sweetie, then. Hello, I love you.
While
While you're talking to the dog, the dark night detectorist is said, "Good evening, all. Sorry, I'm late. I'm just back from testing the Coil Tech 10B5. Interested to hear your thoughts on that. And I don't know his real name. I can't ask him to come on the. I can't ask him to come on the show. I don't know who he is. He's another one of them.
The Dark Knight Detectorist. I do know his real name. I can't for life of me put my tongue on it right now, though.
Mr. Knight, Mr. Bruce Wayne, would you come on the show? If you would, let me know. It'd be nice.
He's a good lad, the old Dark Knight Detectorist.
Or as we know, Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne.
Sorry, going back to dog's gone now and daughter. Quest Q30 got it. Was really worried because it's really well made, really well designed, and I thought, oh, this is going to be a nightmare. It's going to be really. And I went out with it, and I was like, flipping heck. I found a gold signet ring. I found hammers. I found loads of stuff. And it was on a field which I found the gold noble on. And I was like, this is really lightweight, compact, and it's cheap. It's really cheap. And I love that machine. And I gave it to your son, didn't I, Dave?
You did.
And it's a bit like the Simplex. When the Simplex came out, everyone was like, how much? It does this, it does that. What? It's had like all these updates. And the Simplex, everyone thought that was going to be a load of poo, but that turned out to be a really good machine, and it's still knocking away and performing well.
It's funny, my favourite pinpoint is Quest. Well, it's before it's called Quest. What are they called
Yes.
before Quest?
The Technics.
The Technic.
Yeah.
I got the Technics text pointer.
So did I, mate. I absolutely loved it, and it broke down recently, and I was kindly offered the Pro Pointer from Quest.
Is that the discriminating one?
Yeah, that's the one. I was kindly offered that by Joan Allen to test and review. Absolutely love it. Now, I know how to use it properly, by the way. His name is Jason.
Jason, well, Dark Knight Detectorist. Is it come up?
That's it.
Yeah.
Everyone said it's. Everyone knows him, but me, obviously. Again,
But I think the Quest pinpointer, I had one about 5 years ago, and I think it only gave up about 6 months ago, and it was like 60, 70 quid then. So the old, I've got with the Quest Q60, I think, or the Q30. I don't know if they're still doing it, but Joan Allen were doing a free pinpointer with it, and I got one, and I still use it now and again. So yeah, they're good. Old gear.
The battery life on that's lasted me. I mean, I'll charge it every 3 hunts, easy, and it'll keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. The only thing I didn't like about it is the USB bit. I had to doctor it to get a USB charger in. It was just a bit fiddly, so I had to melt some of the plastic off to get it in there. Other than that, I ain't got a problem with it. It's perfect for me. Quick, easy function.
So you've had Nocta macro, Nocta, or you've had Maplin, Nocta macro,
Macro. MyLab, yeah.
And anything else in the pipeline?
No. I mean, I've had no companies come to me because they know I'll give it a proper review. And it's kind of like, okay, if you're going to give me a machine, you better make sure it's up to my heavy-handedness and, well, simplicity. I always judge a machine on how simple it is to use. There's ways of making a machine too complicated, especially out in the field, unless you've got the book out in front of you, an instruction booklet. You want something to hand, easy to sort of maneuver. You don't need it some sort of like a Bible instruction book you need to carry out with you. It's just something quick and easy to use that does the job. It has the main features you need on it. I'm totally against anything that's too complicated because you can always over-engineer something to make it almost unusable. I mean, for instance, the Rutus is a nice, easy machine from what I've seen. It's nice, simple. It does the job.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can go into the advanced features, but
yeah, it's like what I think the British equivalent of the Deus One, in my eyes. In all honesty, it's a little bit clunky. It's not as well. It's not lightweight, but it's a bit but it's well made. It will last long. Reactivity is really quick. And I really enjoy it, Rutus. But they're not doing the Auto 71 anymore. They got the oh Christ, I've forgotten the name of it, Dave. What is it? I've got one sitting over there. The Rutus Atrex, which is multi-frequency, which was done via a software update, which I still can't get my head round. But that's great.
I had a play of a Rutus in Holland when I was there at the Detector World. I liked it, but again, it did kind of resemble a bit like NHS Crutch, so it kind of put me off a little bit because of that design feature. I was like, oh, it looks good, but it's a bit.
I think you have to sort of like think, will I wear a Lacoste polo shirt when I go out tonight, or will I wear a Marks and Spencer's unbranded one? So the quality's still there, but the marketing and branding isn't, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So Roots is a very small company in Poland, good quality, high end, but they don't market themselves as heavily as probably Lacoste or
No.
Fila or whatever. But yeah, I've had my Auto 71 now for 3 years, and it's
Must be,
more than paid for itself. More than paid for itself.
See, at the
Funny
moment, I
enough.
only have one machine. I don't have a backup machine. If that goes, I'm like, what? You know, I only have sort of one machine which I can truly rely on. And yeah, I know one day it's going to go, and I'll be like, huh, what am I going to do now? Walk around the field with a pinpointer. Just,
How many
So
machines have you got? Sorry, Dave.
I did have 5 at one point, but sold some to get Minox 800. Yeah. I still have the Simplex, but doesn't work. It's still in my car.
I'm interested. What doesn't work?
I've already had the new coil on it. I've already had an update on it. Chatters to nothing, and that's anything above sort of 10% of sensitivity. And I've gone through all the settings. It's just there's definitely something wrong.
I had the same thing. I had one of the first Simplexes with the old-fashioned coil, which they all got recalled, didn't they? And then
Yeah, I've got the recoil.
and I've still got the original coil, but probably once every 10 times I turn it on, it's like it just, and then
it becomes a scouser.
Eight. That's eight. And then
calm down.
I put it in, this is what really freaks me out. I think, I'm not going to use it. Turn it off, put it in the boot of the car, and then go out with another machine. Turn it back on next weekend, absolutely fine. So I don't know what on earth causes that. I really don't. Whether, I don't know, it could be where I turn it on, I don't open the shaft up, elongate the shaft, or it's interference from the car or what. But yeah. But when that machine came out, it's a cracking little machine. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people like it, but it's sold many machines. What would your if I could say to you now, you can have any machine out there in the world, what would you go for?
If I could have any machine out there in the world, I've always liked the look of Deus 1. So I'll probably say Deus 1. Just normal Deus.
I'd say that or an Equinox.
Yeah.
Because both have got absolutely. But knowing me as you do, Adrian, I'm simple and probably wouldn't understand the levels of them. So the Vanquish might be my level.
And I don't think they do cake trays on the Equinox.
Nah, I don't want one, mate. Don't want one. Couple of things. You've gained several new subscribers tonight from the show. Keith Ellis is one of them. I did notice somebody else, but I can't find out who it was now. Also, a question for yourself, Mr. Grim. Graham Dempsey from the Composite Pencil. He would like to know, would you like to review one of his kits?
Yeah, I would definitely, because these are some of my finds which I don't clean up. They literally stay covered in dirt until I actually get around to it, but I never do. You ever seen one of these ones before?
I can't see it. David, could you make it big?
Oh, yeah, I can do that. I can make it. Give it a rub and I'll make it big.
It's a Republican silver dinar with a goat sacrifice on the back.
Wow. I didn't even know they'd done them. But hey, I don't know nothing. But
that must have been before Christianity. The head side's that one.
He's a good looking lad, isn't he? It's mighty fine, that is.
Dave, do you want to look at my head?
When the show's finished, when we're on a private time.
No, I found a silver denarius at the weekend.
Oh, mate. Oh, now we're going to have to suss out. There it is.
Hang on.
We're doing that coin trick for your fingers there. Oh, there it is. Oh, hello. Oh,
Yeah, I like
that's
that one.
nice also.
That
Oh, look on the big screen. There we
What's
go.
he doing there? Is that doing whoopee or something?
no, that
No, not that
I'm
one.
really pleased with that. That how do I get that in front?
You're fine. There you are.
Yeah, it's good enough there. That's it.
Beautiful.
That's,
Looks like he's wearing a bandana.
It does. He's got a very strange haircut. That's Nerva or Nera or he's one of the,
Minerva.
no, I think it's Nerva. He's
Boris?
one of the 5 Roman emperors who was good. Out of all the Roman emperors, he was a good one. He was nice to his troops and stuff. But I found that with the legend at the weekend, so I was quite pleased. But I had to tweak the settings quite a bit on the legend to get it to give me a good signal. But yeah, that come up well. Very, very good.
I remember my first silver denarii come up. It looked grotty as anything. I didn't
Yeah,
even
it
think it
did.
was silver.
Yeah,
And I was like,
yeah.
what's this? I looked at it and I thought, there's a head on that side. I switched over. Definitely a head on that side. There's a head on both sides of the coin.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, what on earth's that? And it was Mark Antony on one side and Octavia on the other, on the obverse. And it's from a travelling mint mark. And it was a silver denarii. That was my first ever denarii I had.
She digs it happy swinging, which is a mouthful, like cunnilingus, but that's a different story.
Oh,
Would like
thanks.
you to come on her live show on Tuesday or Saturday, Lucas.
Yes. Can you send me I have my Facebook page?
Facts.
Yeah, facts. Can you send me a carrier pigeon? If you go onto my Facebook page and leave a comment or inbox me or email me, my email address is on my YouTube channel or my Facebook group page. Yeah. When's that, on Tuesday
Or Saturday.
or Saturday?
Tuesday or Saturday, sorry.
Probably not next week, the week after, if that helps.
And he's looking forward to Gel's on. He's looking forward to going on a peaky dig soon.
Strong beard.
Loads of new people on here tonight. We've not seen
Yeah,
here
I must
before.
admit,
History digging Hampshire. Hello.
yeah. Thank you
Oliver
all for
BC.
joining us.
Hello.
And follow Grim Bleeper on YouTube. And if you can, click and like our channel or whatever it is on Book of Faces or Tube of Views.
Come and join the group. We give you all the information there.
Dreaded book
And we
face.
do,
petitions.
and we do free prizes and giveaways. So last week we gave away control box for Equinox, flipping control box, Equinox 800, and the arm cuff. Detecting Innovations kindly donated, and Treasure Hunting Magazine. We give stuff away for free, don't we, Dave? Because
We do. Whatever we get, we give it to you, the public.
It's true. It's true, and it's new. It's not old. It's not got like beans on it or egg. Dave, should we do a bit of spinner coil?
Hell yeah. What's She Digs Happy Swinging? Who are you then? What's your real name?
Oh, and booked up to people in the tune. Oh, that's cool. No worries. Just message me and let me know.
What's her name?
I'm sure someone's going to come up with it.
Is she in England or America?
I'm going to say America.
Roseanne.
Rosie.
Roseanne. I used to love that program.
Oh,
I used to fancy her sister when I was little.
Sorry, Scotty B. Yes, you forgot to send your address to get your prize. I have got your address somewhere, but I couldn't find it. So just message me WhatsApp or whatever.
Something the Shire, isn't it?
Graham, with all due respect, it's our job to pick, and now you can join in anytime. Keith Ellis, Big Detecting Show car stickers. Adrian is sorting out some stickers. I don't know if you can put them on your car, but they're sorting out some stickers anyway.
Well, I did put one on my car and it got keyed and all the tyres slashed. So I'm not sure it's a good thing. We might go for environmental.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
Do you know what? This is my only Christmas present this year. I had to get some printed out. I ain't got many left. It was a full roll. I haven't got many left. I keep sending them out.
Oh, look at them, Adrian. You're gonna have to stick some of them in an envelope for me for the 24th.
Yeah, that's what I got. Quite a big roll.
Hey, did you hear me, Adrian?
Sorry,
Adrian, can you send me some up for the 24th, please?
I certainly will, David.
If you remember.
So, yeah, we've got stickers.
Oh,
Do you know what time it is anyway, Lucas?
what time is it?
Yeah.
Tell him what time it is, Adrian.
Spin the coil of plenty.
Spin the coil
Of plenty.
Spin the coil of
Anybody
plenty.
watch Reeves and Mortimer will know that. So I haven't changed the question.
Stuff from above. That's what I know. Interesting fact. Vic Reeves used to drink in my pub as I was a barman.
Really?
Yeah.
All
And he used to drink John Smith's by the pint.
Really?
Good
Oh, my
lad.
God.
Proper Northern drink, that, Adrian.
I-
Oh, that's
I'm
something
really-
shite.
I've been put off him. Bob Mortimer's more my man. Right, let's spin the coil, David.
There we go. Question number 1, Mr. Grim.
Oh, go on then.
How many women? Oh,
Brand of batteries do you use? That's a new one, Adrian.
Oh. Brand of batteries. Cheap Poundland batteries.
oh
No wrong with that.
oh.
Go on, Adrian. Are you a Duracell?
If you talk to any metal detecting manufacturer, they will always say use the best quality. And I don't know because that affects the detecting or your experience, but I've used both, and I will honestly say that Duracell that rabbit does keep banging that drum.
It's been that long.
Is that a euphemism?
No,
right,
but
okay.
no, it's true. You get what you pay for, don't you? At the end of the day. But I know
it's been too long for me to actually put batteries in a metal detector. They've all got rechargeable nowadays.
I've had 40 hours out of the Atrex from Reuters with Duracell standard batteries on multi-frequency, which I was quite impressed with.
That is good going.
Mate, Adrian, how
Mhm.
can you spell ambidextrous, but you can't spell detecting?
Detecting.
No. Detecting.
Don't read it.
Detecting.
Spin it, Dave.
Sorry. I hope it lands on that one now. Have you ever used fake tan?
No.
Yes. You sure?
100%. No.
No,
Why?
he just rolls in
Why?
a bag of what's-its.
No, it's all
Why?
natural.
I thought that said something different then. Big Osmo, CO. Right, what's moving on? Coil. That was it. Have you metal detected in the snow?
Many times.
Enjoy it?
It froze my coil. I can't remember what machine it was, but the snow actually congregated all over the coil. It weighed it down a hell of a lot as well. But yeah, it was fun.
Did you have trouble with your shaft or?
No, the shaft was well lubricated beforehand. A bit of oil.
Did you do metal detecting angels?
No. I did coil plants though, all the way along.
What's your weirdest job?
Oh no. Okay. Weirdest job.
This is good. I can see this is good. Male stripper in Bognor.
Viking male stripper in Bognor.
Yeah.
Oh, this is an exclusive. I got paid to do an adult movie.
No way. I can't see the screen because hold on.
Dave,
Go on.
I knew
What?
someone had Trump on this.
So, Lucas,
Yes.
elaborate.
Oh, there's no elaboration to it. I just got paid to do an adult movie. in euros, so it wasn't in this country. And
So
that's
it
what
was.
I'm going into on that. Sorry.
I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think hats off to you. At the end of the day, it's money, isn't it? So
It was in my younger years. I doubt I'd get paid to do it nowadays, though.
Dave will be Googling that tonight.
I'm already
Trying to
on it.
find
Use them sites that you tell me about.
it.
Discriminate an item wish. What?
Yeah, that
So
means
basically, what is the worst thing you find if you could tell a metal detector not to find it? What would it be?
shotgun ends.
Moo tubes.
Shotgun ends.
I
Adrian,
agree.
which one?
Shotgun ends 100%.
Yeah.
Because down south, I think because there's a lot of gentries and wealthy people, there's a lot more shooting in the elder days.
Oh, yeah.
Shotgun shells that's my worst thing.
I've had
I'll
a
probably
shotgun
find-
ring up in the 20s, and I've had a shotgun ring up in the 9s and 10s. It's just such a fluctuation of them.
Yeah.
You can't just go, oh, that's a shotgun end, not going to dig it, because it's just...
I don't know what it is with northerners and southerners, but down south, I'll probably find one moo tube every 2 or 3 months.
We have more cows than you.
Or you'll waste stuff, just chuck it on the floor. Down south, we'd say, oh, we've used that, we put it in our pocket and dispose of it properly.
Ooh, what's the next one?
Big or small coil?
Ooh. We're actually talking about coils, somewhere in the middle. I don't like too big a coil, and the small coil. Saying that, I found a Bronze Age axe head testing a small coil,
Wow.
and it was bloody deep, and it completely threw me. I was just like, it's definitely digging it, but it was deep, and I almost gave up on it. I was like, no, Bronze Age axe complete. Palestine Bronze Age axe.
Standard coil, pretty much.
Yeah. I'm standard as well. I'd prefer the standard. Whatever comes with the machine. I always get confused when anything else happens.
Yeah, big. I've tried out a big coil, found a gold ring, but that was on the surface. It just blew me.
Sorry, I've just
So
got to say,
big's on the surface and small's dead deep.
Yeah, it completely doesn't make sense.
Have you ever encountered green waste?
Yeah, lots of it, lots and lots of it.
Horrible,
I
isn't
actually
it?
have a permission, which on paper is probably the best land in Britain. On paper, it's near where the Romans first landed. Julius Caesar has great ties to it, so do the Saxons. And I went on this field thinking, oh my God, it's going to be amazing. Just green wastes constantly. The coil didn't shut up. You can't even do a whole swing without going, and it is literally just crap everywhere.
did you tell the landowner or just keep quiet?
No, I told him, like, what the hell have you done to that field? And the thing is, they're building on it soon as well, so that field's going to be lost to housing development.
Well, you could at least try and get on there when they're doing it. You know, when they scoop the top off and what have you, that might help you.
It's an awkward one, though, isn't it? Because you don't know if they've done a deal with the company who distribute the fertilizer or whatever. Do you get where I'm coming from? You might have bought cheap fertilizer as opposed or waste or whatever, but it's an awkward one. I've just got to say, I saw a comment which made me laugh, and I've just got to dig it out. And it was from too many people talking in the chat. I can't remember who it was, but someone said Grim Bleeper's been involved in confessions of a Garrett pinpointer or something. And those, I can't remember what it was, but it just made me laugh. Confessions of a Garrett pinpointer. But yeah, or not a Garrett one, because we won't say any brands, but we'll say
just an orange pinpointer, yeah.
Yeah. I could see many movies on that. Sorry,
Scotty B has messaged me, and he said if anybody has any images that were taken at last year's Detecticon, could you please email them over to him to use for the up and coming events at notd 2018 at hotmail.com, and he very much appreciate that. Thank you. See, do like public notices and everything. We're just down the ball.
Yeah, I've got a sticker. Dave, that glue is strong. It's really strong. Might take.
Put it on your eyebrows, mate.
Oh. Brazilian. But yeah, I think I'm really.
Oh, it's all going off.
I'm back in the room.
Chris, really enjoyed having you on the show tonight, didn't you?
Yes,
David?
it's been a pleasure meeting you, Chris. Again, there's so many people in a hobby, and so many people I know by Grim Bleeper names. Somebody's pointed you out to me in the past. I think it was Tony K. Would get Grim Bleeper on the show. I don't know who he is, and I don't have time to go out and find out who people are because hey, life gets in the way.
Did you just call me Chris? Both of you.
No, I didn't call you Chris. No, you do look like Chris.
Listen,
and you're quite friendly like Chris Rogers. Well, I shouldn't say it.
And you've got a beard that's sort of a sort of mauve colour.
But
no,
I remember
it's gone grey. I think. There you go.
I remember watching your YouTube videos when you wore the mask.
Yeah,
I thought, why is that guy wearing a mask? It brought me in, and I watched it, and I've been subscribed to you for a while.
Adrian, you did call him Chris. I didn't. It says.
Oh.
That'll be that brewery talking.
That's why, because
but it's not Beartown Brewery though, is it?
No, Beartown Brewery. What's your favourite tipple, Lucas?
If it's a casual one, a Budweiser, but don't ever get me drinking Jägermeister. Last time I drank Jägermeister, I got hit by a truck. I woke up in hospital, missing half my teeth, and basically,
really,
I was on drips on both arms, and I woke up like, what the hell happened? I pulled the drips out and walked myself out of hospital.
That sounds like the sort of thing that I'd end up with. Yeah.
Well, Adrian, I've got this year's detectable tipple already.
What is it?
Apple corn.
Oh, I don't know about that.
From Germany.
That.
From
Lucas,
Germany.
my biggest downfall is Jaeger bombs. No, not Jaeger bombs. What's the black liqueur?
Sambuca.
Yeah.
Black Sambuca.
I can tell everyone on here now because it's a few years ago. It's probably about 7 or 8 years ago. Company Christmas party. I was at the bar drinking, and I probably had a bottle of wine and 4 or 5 pints, and someone brought out a tray of Sambucas, flaming black Sambuca, coffee beans. I had about 8 of them, and then Madness came on the dance floor. So I'm like going around dancing,
jumping around like a madman.
Yeah, my commercial director started dancing with me. And he bumped into me, so I bumped him back, and then I carried on bumping him around. And then he said, "Have you got a problem?" I went, "Yep, I have." And I took him outside and broke a few of his ribs and gave him 2 black eyes. And remember waking up outside my house on the green in the road, and went to bed. And then I was very ill, like that. And I ruined the carpet in the bedroom, the wardrobe, the bed, and my wife, I think, was going to leave me. And then I woke up in the morning and realised I had work and had to phone in, and they said my commercial director was in hospital because I'd hurt him. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. So, yeah, so we all get to my life.
Do you still work for the same company?
No. But he did shake my hand the next day and said, "Oh, I was a bit out of order." But it just goes to show, if you get the wrong drink, kids, don't go back to it, because I won't drink that again. So, that's going to get people talking. In chat.
Christmas this year, first time ever. Christmas last year, first time. I've never done it before. It'll be 48 years. And I've drank a lot of alcohol. I threw up all the way down the street and made lots of noise coming down our terrace street by all accounts. Got in the house, threw up against the wall somewhere, got upstairs, threw up for a long time in the toilet. Fell asleep in my head in the toilet for a while, and then decided I needed to lie down because I was tired, and my daughter fell over me at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Do you know what? That ring of faith, that ceramic ring is lovely, isn't it? At like 2 in the morning. It's cooling on the head. It's like a safety net. Yeah, fortunately, I haven't been there for a few years.
Praying to the
Might
porcelain
tonight.
god.
Adrian, this apple corn, Adrian, it's basically German apple schnapps.
Yeah,
I
but
was based in
So
Germany.
nice.
Yeah, I was based in Germany for about 5 years.
Oh, you'll know your corn and your apple corn then, won't you?
Yeah.
That's where I got hold of it from somebody who was in the army in Germany. They brought some home. I was very, very drunk.
Is that like a secret?
Is that a secret?
Well, that I've not heard of that before.
Apple corn? No, it's just a German liqueur. It's like a German snaps, but it does pick you on your butt.
Oh,
Like pineapple rum.
yeah. No, are you going?
Anyway, what? Sorry.
Sorry, Lucas. Are you going to Detectival or Rodney Cook this year?
I should be going to Detectival, but yeah, I should be going to Detectival. I don't know about I've never been to Rodney Cook. I've been to Detectival, Spring Detectivals, Detective Worlds. I've never been to Rodney Cook as yet. So
Ooh,
Do it.
I don't know. I'm usually working on one of the weekends, so it's either I'm working or and they sort of coincide. Like you get a Rodney Cook one weekend and Detectival the next.
Adrian, he was paid in euros and he worked in Germany. German porn, maybe?
Oh no,
Das Udi-Gurdi.
Dave, why are you
What?
not coming to bed, Dave? And he's on German website.
Sorry, I thought you were talking. I thought you were very drunk then,
you're
Adrian.
right. It'll be at 3 o'clock this morning. Dave, please come to bed. Oh, so I'm researching something. Lucas,
I'll have to bring
tell you
back
what, mate,
home. Yeah,
lovely
go on.
coming on tonight, and it's been
No worries.
really nice chatting with you. And you're a lovely bloke, and I hope people in the chat subscribe to your channel and follow.
Absolutely, do that.
Just so you know, my channel is completely PG. There is nothing X-rated on my channel.
Yet.
Unlike our show.
You need to subscribe to my OnlyFans for that one, anyway.
So don't forget, She Digs It, Happy Swinging, Dark Knight Detective. Who else we got? Costas Constantino, History Digging Hampshire. Anybody who's new to the show, or if you want to come on the show, if you've not been on before, give us a shout and we can book you in. We do have next week's guest lined up. Luke's pulled one out of the hat for us, hasn't he, Adrian? You can't
Just
remember.
to answer a question, no, I don't have an OnlyFans from that Metal Detective novel. Sorry, I don't have an OnlyFans.
Is it next week, Gary?
Yeah, you remembered. You're not that drunk.
No.
Yes, next week we've got
Yes.
Gary Blackwell coming on the show.
And it's about Gary Blackwell. It's not about
Yes.
XP and Deus. It's about Gary. So if you've got a problem with your XP Deus shaft or your bloody software updates, it's not about that, because
We're
there's
talking
more
to him
Gary.
about Gary. We want to know
And
about Gary. Metal
Believe
Detective.
you me, when Gary's been detecting for years, and he has got some really good stories, and I can honestly say it'll be a very interesting show, because Gary's done a few things with his finds. I won't go into it in too much depth, but he's gone to a spiritualist after finding one of his finds and asked them what they thought about it. And you might think it's rubbish. You might think, oh, there's something there. But Gary can tell you more, which I was blown away. And there's evidence behind what he was told. Do you know about this, Dave?
I don't know about that, but I know the process very well.
Yeah, of course you do, because you're a
Psychometry, it's called.
Mr. Claypole type. Yeah.
Timothy Claypole. Without the, well, I have done the
Mistress Mika. But Gary, he's had XP machines and all types of machines over the years, but he's got some really, really interesting detecting stories.
Am I right? His website originally, where obviously before being known for the XP, and that was Gary's Detecting Adventures.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
He's quite good on websites, but yeah.
Mr. Bleeper, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show tonight.
I've got to say off my trot. Yep, I just saw it in the comments.
So if you ever want to come back on the show anytime, Lucas, give us a shout. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been just an hour and a half of, well, an hour and 40 minutes again, just chatting and getting to know you, and it's been great.
Thank you very much for having me.
I'm
quite happy. Come on again.
Fantastic.
Definitely.
And thank you to everybody in the chat as ever. And we will see you the same time, the same place next week. I'll just before we go, just put this on. That'll do. That's all I wanted. Just needed to watch TC falling over. Good night, everybody, and see you next week. Thanks again, Mr. Grim.
No worries.
Good night.
Thanks for having me.